Hello and welcome to another Skaredcast Battle Report. Today, across the Pariah Nexus, once again, the forces of Vacuous the Inexorable and Skari will face off as they look for Geists in the storm.
The Dark King.
Welcome to another Pariah Nexus Battle Report between the Necrons and the Drukhari. We're going to go over our forces in this mission. We're going to talk about the mission itself. And you're going to see as both of our armies continue to expand in our ongoing crusade that we started in 9th edition Warhammer 40,000. Now, if you enjoy this type of battle report, you can always check out the super cool 13 or 14 long series that we did for the first series of the Rise of a Kabal, which was the Crusade, where you get to see Archon Skari's fledgling force, build into what it is today. And this is a continuation of that story. So let's dive in to what the forces have brought to the battle, and let's go through the mission, and let's get started. Hello and welcome to my Crusade list. Archon Skari has brought some fun stuff today, and look at that. We're actually having fun with a gimbal today because my brother's got me a present. So it should be a lot more stable than it was. Yeah. Okay, so enough faffing about. I added a Tantalus to my Crusade list. I've got a Raider. I brought a Ravager for this game, the Ravager. I brought both my units of Cavalry Warriors, and I've also brought the Court. I've added my old unit of Incubi back in as well, the Venom and Archon Skari himself, for my 1,000 points for today's Geists in the Static scenario.
And we have another awakened dynasty led by Vacuous the Inexorable, the oppressor of the unworthy, breaker of the beings below, ever-vengeful tyrant of the night, monarch of the void, breaker of the Satan, indestructible lord of stars, unsleeping eye of infinity, herald of the night unending. With his retinue. We have made a couple of changes since the last episode. We added 5 more Lich Guard and a big crackling star god. So we have the Shard of Azagarod, who Blanc sacrificed his protocols to retrieving from my last game with this crusade. We have the 10 warriors who are fledglings. We have Grace. Beauty is in the shop, as a Ravager decided that the Dark Lances had a very juicy target last time. We have the Phalanx, the Immortals, and the brain scrambled Infinite Guard, the 5 Lich Guard. Vacuous's Blade got their engrams kind of scrambled as well, but have been upgraded to a 10-strong unit. And we have Torquil, and as we said, Vacuous the Inexorable leading the charge.
Today's mission is Geist in the Static. It's mission 1 of the first set of 6 missions that you can play. Essentially, there are some objectives, and we're trying to capture them. That's it. There are 5 objectives on the board, attacker, defender. So let's go through our strategic way that we're going to approach the mission, which is really cool. Something they've added to these Pariah Nexus or this Crusade book, which is like a really cool way of determining who's attacker, who's defender, etc., etc. So here is the strategic footing chart. So I'm going to be player A, John's going to be player B, because that's just how it rolls in my house. And then we're each going to be picking either aggressive, balanced, or defensive for today's mission. And we're going to cross-reference and see what happens. Okay, so John has decided to go for a balanced approach, which is exactly what I decided to do because I was weary. I didn't want to commit one way or the other, which means we just get to roll for attacker-defender and roll for the advantage. And this is interesting. Now, in the advantage, you get to pick one unit to become an infiltrator for the turn, but they can't infiltrate near any of the objectives in No Man's Land. And that's it. The attacker will have the first turn in this mission. And at the start of the battle, each shield... Oh, that's the wrong mission. What am I doing? There we go. Attacker does have first turn. And then you have to control objectives in No Man's Land to get your command points at the beginning of the turn, which is going to be very interesting. Okay, so we're going to roll off. Ooh, you win. You are the attacker. Now we're rolling for the advantage. The winner gets the advantage. Ooh, the Drukhari have gained the advantage. So we've put our objectives down. There's one near each of our deployment zones and 3 in no man's land. Now, John's army has more crusade value than mine that he's brought. So it's 5 crusade point difference because I had to take Rosalia, the witches, and a couple of units that had experience off the board. So I am 5 crusade points down, which gives me a crusade bonus, a blessing, which I decided to go for high strategy. So I start the game with 2 additional command points, which is really cool. I also get to infiltrate one of my units. I picked the Ravager to be the infiltrator. So we're going to go back and forth deploying our armies, and then the attacker gets the first turn in this mission. We arrive after deployment. I only had a few deployments. I had 4 to your like 6 or 7. So I ended up finishing deploying first. But the Tantalus, sort of like in a centralized position, he can go left or right. This unit of Kabalite warriors in this raider is holding this objective, ready to sticky it and move forward. The Incubi back here, ready to swing around the flank and fight some Immortals, and and your Satan. Your Satan's back there too. Look, there he is, like right behind that wall. Then you got Vacuous and 10 Lich Guard in the middle, and then on to the side here, you've got the you've got everybody hiding behind this wall.
They're so
Torquil and Beauty? Grace? Grace, okay. Now, I decided for agendas to pick critical resources. So you got to pick 2 objectives, that one and this one. And at the end of the game, I will pick one of those 2, and I get to pick 3 units within range, and they each get 2 experience points. I also picked Kingslayer, because I want to try and just kill characters. I've got a Satan, and I've got a Technomancer, and I've got a Vacuous, and they all have ways to come back to life, which would be multiple experience if I can kill them multiple times, which would be great. What was yours, John?
So I took the Immortal Servitude one. We keep track of how many reanimations I make over the course of the game, and I get an experience for every 10 made, up to a max of 30. If I make it to 30, I get an awakening point as well. And I've taken to the last, so I nominate 3 units from my army. If they live at the end of the game, they get 2 experience. If they live at the end of the game with more than half strength, they get an extra experience. And if they survive, they each generate 3 Blackstone fragments.
And with that, Necron turn number 1. So take a look at the forces of the Necrons. We'll see what they do before the shooting phase.
A cat says meow.
A dog says woof.
Whoa.
End of the movement phase, John.
Okay, nice and easy. The brain scrambled Vacuous's blade moved up.
They cannot advance, though.
They can't advance, so they move 4 inches.
Super slow.
Super slow. Because of the legs that got blown off last game.
Yep.
The other Lich Guard, who also cannot advance, moved up. The Shard of Azagarad has blinked.
Yep.
The warriors are staying back here. They have not moved, bravely.
Bravely not moving at all.
Yep. Grace has come out from behind the rock to draw a line of sight to that Ravager.
Through the forest, yeah.
And Torquil and his...
Don't they have a veil?
They do.
Okay, so he's being sneaky with them. Okay, let's go into the shooting phase. Let's see what happens. Sorry, we forgot. You don't get your command point unless you have an objective in no man's land. So I had 2. John had 0. John shot with the Annihilation Barge into the Ravager. I did lightning fast reactions, which helped. And you did 3 damage with your souped up super cannons. Okay, so now we go on to Drukhari turn number 1. Now you do actually have an objective in no man's land now with the Satan, so you will go up to 1 CP. I have 1 CP thanks to my strategic mastermindery, and we'll go into my movement phase. My aim is to try and kill those Immortals and to try and kill the Annihilation Barge. Let's see if we can pull that off. End of the movement phase, as you can see. Tantalus has moved up, holding that objective. Ravager's moved up, ready to shoot. Potentially, you have to charge the Annihilation Barge. Will, tank shock, let's go. I got the Raider moved up as well. Tantalus in range and line of sight of some Immortals. This Venom has moved around over this way as well to see those Immortals too, which I'm super pumped about. It's going to be fun. Let's do some shooting and see what we can do. Come on, Skari. You got this, bro. End of the shooting phase. I did kill the Immortals over there. However, the Annihilation Barge made every invulnerable save that it needed to survive against all of the Dark Lances.
Graceful.
Well, that makes me sad. But I'm going to charge you with a Ravager. And that's a 5. I don't think it makes it. Let's see. Check. Quick check. No. That is out of range. Okay, so with that, it'll be the end of my turn. I got 1 pain token after using 3 pain tokens. I killed 1 unit of Lich Guard. Nice. Which will force an out-of-action test. And with that, we move on to Necron turn number 2. And here we're on the scoreboard, Necron turn number 2. We do each get a command point, though, because we each have an objective in No Man's Land. You just hold 1 objective and no additional bonuses. So you will get a 5-point total. Boop. Ta-da! There we go. Just like that. And with that, it is turn number 2. You're going to activate your
Veil of Darkness.
Awesome. So Torquil and his Immortals are going to zip away. Where will they arrive? We don't know yet. But we do, or we don't. Anyway, we'll come back after this.
All right. So Vacuous has moved up to stake his claim in the center of the table. The Warriors have moved to hold on to that. Grace moved over to unleash some lightning-y hell. And
Lightning hell. Tesla. Very, very strong, upgraded Tesla, may I add.
The Shard has moved forward to put some pressure on this Raider that is a constant thorn in my side.
Yep.
And Torquil has dropped down with his Immortal Retinue.
Love it. It's going to be a fun time. Shooting phase time.
Yeah.
End of the shooting phase. What happened? Zap! You put 6 damage on this Raider with Satan and Immortals, and the Tesla just bounced harmlessly off of my 4+ armor save.
Oh.
Hooray! But I did use a command point to lightning fast reactions over there. Are you going to charge?
I am going to charge.
Where are you charging?
The Transcendent, the Shard of Azagarath, is going to charge into that Raider.
Okay. Let's roll it. See what happens.
Hoya!
Oh, that is a 7. Not enough. Are you going to re-roll it?
No.
Oh, how dare you? Come on. Come on, come on. Waste your command points. Waste this precious resource.
No. You can watch him slowly come for your doom.
Slowly but surely, it's like in slow motion. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so so now we go into their turn. I do hold an objective in No Man's Land. You hold an objective in No Man's Land. I held an objective because I'm the defender, so I get 5 points for holding at least 1 objective, but I also control an objective that I controlled previously, which gives me so basically 1 objective for the defender in this mission is worth 10 points, which is kind of cool as long as you hold on to it and defend it. I really like that little change. It's kind of neat. And with that, let's go into the Drukhari turn 2. My aim is going to once again try and kill that Annihilation Barge, but a 4 pinball save is nuts. And I am going to try and lay low these Immortals. Yeah, let's try kill some Immortals, all that good stuff.
You leave them alone.
I do. This self-repairs, boop, at the start of the command phase. So just prevents a battle shock there as well. Hooray, repair systems. I have them too, John. Okay, something that we should note is John has enacted one of his reanimation systems. So as soon as he's made 12 reanimation wounds back, it'll activate. And when it activates, you'll get an additional +1 to each wound that comes back, to each roll.
As long as the unit is below half strength, you get +1 to your reanimation.
Okay, cool. So it's nothing like game breaking, but it's a cool little bonus that he gets from his codex for his crusade, as the Necrons will reanimate more efficiently because of his last game, which he got all these reanimation points to get a point for his agenda that makes his reanimations better as the Tomb World awakens slowly. End of my movement phase. This Raider has decided to just move away. Because I've sticky these objectives and the Necrons are really slow in this crusade, I've decided to just step back, create some space. I'm basically putting most of my weapons in range of the Immortals and of Torquil. So I've also got my Incubi and my Venom coming around the side. This Satan is going to be a problem, but I have to try and kill, like normal, try to kill all the little things that the Necrons use to score points. The warriors are back here. They're going to be a bit of an issue. They're probably going to score more objectives than me at the end of the turn here, which will kind of even out the game. But I need to start taking out some of these tools. So the Tantalus has moved around, ready to shoot a variety of targets. The Ravager's moved to just keep himself a little safer and swing around the edge here as we push in. Remember, I'm looking for my agendas. I want to get experience for the rest of the campaign. So having models near this objective and that objective at the end of the game really, really helps me. So if I can swing around and come this way, that would be very, very useful. As well as trying to eliminate targets and kill characters. So the Torquil could be worth some more experience, and if the Incubi can do it, then they'll just level up for later in the campaign, which is awesome, which is why I love Crusade so much. Winning and losing is less important. It's about trying to build up your forces over the course of time. End of the shooting phase, effective shooting phase from the Drukhari. I did get the Annihilation Barge, and it went down, and the Immortals did go down as well as Torquil from the Venom, but then the command points were spent. He comes back up, ready to take the charge from the Incubi. So with that, let's dive into the charge phase as well. But next turn, depending on what Vacuous does, Archon Skari's chomping at the bit. He senses blood in the water, and he will charge forward into Vacuous once again, hand-to-hand combat. And then we'll see what happens, because Vacuous is very angry when he's got his Lich Guard with him. And there we go, we've got the Incubi charged into Torquil. So with that, the defenders counter-strike pretty effective against the slower Necrons. But now, let's dive into Necron turn number 3. I was unable to contest this objective, because if I consolidate them, they would have to target the Satan, which does mean the Necrons will gain the hold more for their turn number 3, bringing their total up to 15 primary points. We each hold an objective in no man's land, so you will get one, I will get one as we move into battle round number 3. It's time for Vacuous the Inexorable, the Slayer of Worlds, to issue a challenge to Archon Skari himself. And here we go after the movement phase. Oh no! A Satan teleported away from my didn't take the bait, eh? And decided to teleport to take my home objective. Sad. That will give you 5 more points next turn, because you will success. And it stops me from holding more. How dare you? But that's okay. And then Vacuous is there. I'm gonna have to deal with either that or that, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay, where are you shooting?
The warriors are going to bring their guns to bear on the Incubi that so ruthlessly cut down Torquil.
I am going to go ahead and spend 1 command point for nothing, actually. I just want to see what happens. Yeah, go for it. I also want to save the command point here to see if I can save my raider from certain doom and destruction from a transcendent Catan. Come on, John. Let's see some rolls. How many dice? Actually, you got a couple in rapid fire, too.
I do. 2 in rapid fire.
Okay.
So that many.
Sure. Nobody can see your hands, John.
They hit on 4s because they're not being
Yeah, and 4 auto wounds. So that was not bad. The Gauss really hitting home. 6 saves in total.
Vengeance.
Woo! Vengeance for Cadia. What are we talking about? So, is there any AP on these guns?
It's not.
I thought Gauss had AP 1.
Nope.
Regular Gauss. Really? Oh, it's the Reapers that have AP.
That's right.
So 3 ups. I'm going to start on my Clavex. That's a sergeant with 2 wounds. So the first 2 that fail will go on him, and then everything else will go on regular Incubi. And my sergeant takes a wound. No, my sticky has gone. How dare you? You did kill the raider. I tried to keep it alive, but sustained D3 on his lightning cannon. Really cool, actually. That's why I love the Transcendent Satan. It's one of my favorite units. The Incubi only taking 1 wound was very good for me. However, you have successfully taken an objective away, which is going to be annoying. But I did hold this objective, which does mean I will go ahead and get my 10 points again. Ta-da! But you will be getting 15 next turn, unless I can stop you from... no, you'll get 10 next turn, unless I can stop you from holding more. So I'm going to have to try and kill those warriors, because... Oh, actually, no, I've got OC that I'll OC you out here. Okay, so that's not an issue there. Okay, so with that, let's go to my turn. You get a command point, and I get a command point. So we're each up to 2. And I've already killed one of your agendas, which is to try to keep those immortals alive. But you still have this unit that has to stay alive. You still have this unit that has to stay alive. And I'm trying to kill characters, which I successfully got some agendas there, which is great. And I'm trying to have units on these objectives at the end of the game. Oh, spicy times. Archon Skari can feel the bloodlust growing. So let's see what we do. But I think it is turn to kill warriors. And it's turn 4 next turn? Yes, turn 4 next turn. Okay. See, I kind of really want to just jump my Archon out and his squad over here and draw Vacuous this way into the fight's first unit. Let's see what we do. Archon Skari has ploys at hand. And here we are after the movement phase. So the Incubi did move up, got overwatched by the warriors. 3 wounds went through, but I passed my armor saves. Good old Incubi armor. Do not take their armor lightly. They're the heaviest armor in all of the land of Drukhari. Then we have a Venom over here staying in range of that objective. Cool little strategic ploy here. I only contested this objective instead of taking it in order to prevent the attacking Necrons from taking it back from me. However, Archon Skari has committed to the battlefield with his court and gotten in range, as well as the large Tantalus. His giant Tantalus, the sharpened blade, or whatever I decide to call it. Yes, I forgot the name already. And my aim is to try and kill warriors this turn, and to potentially start doing damage to this Citan, or the big Lich Guard brick. And then we'll see what happens in turn 4 and turn 5. But there is going to be a massive fight in the middle, and it's all about the glory of the day. End of the shooting phase. I did do quite a bit of damage to the Citan, starting with a grenade that did 5 mortal wounds, and then a couple got saved, but that was a great way to start the shooting. The Dark Lance from the Ravager did 4 wounds, and then I did, 5, 4, 3, 7. Yes, so I've done 7 damage to it so far. But it will heal up next turn because there's nothing. I heal up D3. So I don't have any more guns against it. I did kill the warriors, but I had to use my whole Tantalus to kill the last one because it was too far away for a reliable charge. However, the Incubi want to try and get stuck in to the Vacuous's blade because they want glory. Or they want to protect Archon Skari, of course, because that's what I pay them to do. They need a 9 to get into this combat over here. And that's a 7. That will not be a successful charge. But with that, we go on to turn number 4 for the Necrons. And here we are, turn number 4. So because the Necrons did get, they have 1 objective and they stole 1 away from me. Because I was able to contest it, this goes down to 5 points, because you do hold 1 objective as the attacker. Taking objectives away from the defender is a lot harder than it seems. And with that, we do each get another command point as we move on to turn number 4 for the Crusade game, as the Geists in the Storm sally forth. And here we are. John, what did you do? What did you do that was really sneaky?
Ooh, Vacuous has a cool enhancement, the Orb of Eternity, that he claimed from Blanc's body. Anyway, it lets you, when you do a reanimation, it automatically regenerates 3 wounds instead of D3. They also have Undying Revenants, which gives them a +1 to their reanimation. So every single time they reanimate, they do 4 wounds.
So you just get 2 Lich Guard.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't shoot them sooner, because I would have been annoyed if that was the case. But now I know when he's around, I have to kill at least 3 to net 1 dead, which is I'm glad I killed everything else, because that's going to be very hard to deal with. Okay, and then because you were over 12 reanimations.
As soon as I hit 12, I was able to activate one of our awakening systems. The reanimation system activates, and because I have 1 awakening point in the system, I get to choose one of the abilities. And I'm choosing the Resurrection Flux, which is the second one from the Necron Codex. And it allows a unit below, or all units below half strength, add 1 to the reanimation results.
Which then instantly affected
my Transcendent, which went from 5 wounds, which is below half, to 8 wounds with a roll of 2.
I love it. Now, just so everybody knows, there's still 500 points of Necrons on the table. just so you understand how many points are in these two units. It's just awesome. The mission's not going so well for Vacuous, but like his meat and potatoes haven't been turned into soup yet. They're still a hearty meal. Which is awesome. Now, because you also have 12 reanimations that you did, and you took that agenda, you've started to gain points for that agenda again.
I've officially gained 1 experience on Vacuous for that.
Very cool. And if you get 30 reanimations, you get another point you get to spend on. Sorry, 30 reanimations that you get to spend, or how does that work?
It's as soon as you hit 12, and then you'll get your. You can allocate your awakening points.
Yep.
When you win a battle, you get another awakening point.
Nice. Well, there you go. So you have 1 awakening point already. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so that means you have 2 awakening points. That means you have 2 different systems.
Every Necron army begins with 3 awakening points, but you cannot enact their protocols without putting them into their specific systems. I put all 3 into my reanimation system,
which then awakens the system.
Correct.
So now you're building to try to get a second system.
That's right.
Ah, awesome. I love how that works. I can't wait to see what they do for Drukhari in the Drukhari Codex, because it used to be about going on real space raids and then building your empire back in the Dark City, so I hope they keep that very similar to what it is. Maybe they'll have some witch cult stuff and some coven stuff as well. Okay, so with that, turn number 4 for the Necrons. And here we are. You've got, what is it? Shooting time. Cool. So you're shooting over here.
The seismic assault is coming in on these little Kabalites.
Okay. Look at that. Couple of, that's D3 extra. Ooh, okay, only 1. Nice. Hey. So full hits, winning on 2s. That is, I'm just going to roll these dice. AP2, needing 6s. Yeah, only 3 die. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you'll survive, folks. I don't know if you'll survive. But over here, you are going to definitely try and get into the fray, which is cool. Oh, this is going to be such a fun time. Let's see. Do you want to roll it?
Yeah, let's do...
Charging Skari versus Vacuous. Round 2. Fight!
We brought more.
That's a 5. That should be just in. I would hope. I would hope you're just within 6.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to the 2 guys who reanimated. Cheeky. Come on in. Let's do this. And here we are. The gimbal went on the fritz. It was great. It like spun and did a whole wacky variety of stuff.
It was really cool.
It was really funny. Without me being able to control it. So you charged in. I'm basically going to move up, going to fight. I fights first. I give them a pain token to get reroll hits and wounds because of the Archon. Thanks to the Urgle, I fights first. But because you can reanimate a bunch, you're going to get 3 back regardless of what I do, which makes me sad. I do have a command point though. So I might go for an epic challenge to try and take out Vacuous the Inexorable before he gets to swing. Okay, so I piled in. 2 of the Kabalite warriors did not have enough movement to get into base to base. Someone in base to base. Everybody else can fight. I'm spending a command point for an epic challenge, but I will roll that at the end. Let's roll everything first, and then we'll come back to the epic challenge. Well, there we go. So first things first, 5 attacks from Archon Skari. He does have a deadly combatant, so he will get 6s to hit or sustained 1, and he's got an Artificer Blade, Husk Blade, which is Death's Kiss or something. We'll give it a cool name. But 6s to hit will do Immortal in addition to normal damage. Okay. 2s to hit. Okay, so that's a lethal and a sustained. However, I'm just going to re-roll these. I want to try to get a couple of 6s in here if possible. No 6s. I do wound you on 3s though, mister.
Ooh.
Lethal sustained, yeah. So 3s to wound with my super weapon. And I do re-roll wounds because I'm all juiced up. Okay, so that would be 4 at AP a lot. So invulnerable saves, but they are 3 damage each. Ooh, because of his Blade of the Dynat. That would be 9 damage in total. Do you have Grizzled Scars as well?
He has a 4-up Feel No Pain.
Oh, that's right. He has even better. So 9 4-up Feel No Pains. And he takes 1 so far. He takes 2 so far. And he takes 2 wounds. Plus 1 from the Mortal Wound. So he takes 3 wounds so far as Archon Skari finds him in the melee and decides to attack him. And that is my Court of the Archon. Would you like to spend your command point to reanimate them, or are you going to save your command point to challenge me?
No, we're going to reanimate.
Okay, so you get 4 + 1, you get 5. However, Vecuous has to reanimate first, so he takes up 3 of them. So he's up to full, and you bring 1 Lich Guard back as well. Whoop! And he's like, I have been born for this. Archon Skari, we meet again. And now you get to fight. That was the fun one. So, we'll come back when Vecuous decides to fight as well. But we've got some more fights on this side too.
Okay.
Let's do this. So I am going to use lightning fast reactions. By the way, in this combat, the Citan just destroyed all 7 of those Kabalites in a single sweep.
Yay.
Okay, so Vecuous the Inexorable and his blade attacking. So I'm using -1 to hit. So you're hitting on 3s, but they are veterans, so they're rolling 1s to hit. Okay, so a couple of 2s, which is exactly what I needed to just prevent the number of attacks from going. That's a lot of attacks. Is it 4 attacks each?
3 attacks
3
each.
attacks each. Normally 2s to wound, but -1 because of the slith. So 3s to wound. Okay, a couple of wounds in there. Not terrible.
Okay.
So out of 21, we have 13. Okay. 13 saves. So the first one I'm going to do is 2 on my Medusa. Why? Because the Medusa has 2 wounds and a 5-up invul, so I might as well start with the Medusa. 5 ups. Nope, dead. Okay, good talk. So it's 11 left, eh? I think I'm going to kill the Lamian. Lamian is next. She gives the lethal hits. So lethal hits are going to go away. 5 ups for her. She soaks up 1. Very nice. 5 up. Nope, she is now dead. Cool, so that's 5. So there's still 8 remaining. So I'm going to go with the Slith next, which is, you don't auto wound with, you just have lethal with him. However, the Slith is next because that's the most efficient. It is going to lose the -1 to wound after this activation. However, he has 2 wounds, so you can soak up a couple here. So 1, 2. So good. So the Slith goes down. I'm going to keep my Urgle. It gives me fights first. I'm not going to get rid of that. And then we're going to do 6-up saves on Kabalite warriors. Nope, 5 Kabalites just go down. So 3 of the court and 5 Kabalites. Now, Vecuous has a bunch of upgrades. So he has 5 attacks, which are lethal hits, and they ignore invulnerable saves at strength 12. Ooh, but they are hitting on 3s.
And also dev wounds. Not that that really matters.
Yeah, it could come into play. Okay, oh my goodness, he misses and hits 1 time. And will kill 1 of my Kabalites. Just very dead. No invulnerable save. Boop. Dead Kabalite. Well, Vecuous. Well. So I find that in the story, Skari's just bouncing around, just trying to get those amazing hits on Vecuous, and Vecuous got very distracted and was only able to cut down a single Kabalite. However, you do have 8 OC on there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 OC, which will keep control of that objective moving into the next turn, which means I will get a command point, and John will not, which is the biggest part. However, you did kill Kabalites, you did get some murder, and now it is my turn at number 4. Let's go to the scoreboard real quick. I once again get 3, 10. I get 10. Oh, do I hold more this time?
You do.
Oh, so I got 15, 35 points. So Archon Skari well in line to score some points here. And then, of course, I've got 1 command point for controlling that objective as well. Now, you did kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from here, which means I do owe you a battle shock test, and they are not battle shocked. Excellent. Turn. Let's see what we can do. I think it's plan try murder Satan before Satan murders me. I think that's probably a good idea. And then this combat's going to be interesting as well. So yeah, let's see what we can do. End of the movement phase. Venom has stayed. Incubi have hidden. The Ravager is back there on that objective now as we have turned the flank, and then the Tantalus has moved up, ready to charge in and do some mortal wounds to those Lich Guard as well. So with that, let's do some shooting. Try and get rid of the Satan. He's got 8 wounds, so it's unlikely, but I'm going to try. Shooting was very uneventful. I did 1 damage to the Transcendent Satan.
With
He passed with poison. No, with the Tantalus.
Oh.
You passed almost all your saves against the Dark Lances, and then I did 3 damage after your half, and then you passed every field away. It's pointless to try kill them. They're so silly. Okay, so over here, let's go and attack you. I fights first, but I'm going to charge in with the Tantalus first. Tantalus charge. 5. Hooray! Blink. And then it's going to do some mortal wounds to you. So on a 1, nothing happens. On a 2 to 3, you take D3 mortal wounds. So that would be D3 mortal wounds. Your mortals take 3 mortal wounds as the giant scythes cut through you. Bloop. Very nice. So now we go into fights first, which will be my Tantalus and my unit. I'm going to go ahead and give the 1 pain token I got from the Art of Pain, from the Archon, onto the court. And let's start with the Tantalus, though. That sounds fun. Okay, 6 attacks from the Tantalus, hitting on 4s. Okay, strength 8, so normally 3s to wound, however, -1 to wound. So 4s to wound at AP 1. So 2 at AP 1, but these would be 2 damage if they go through.
1 goes through.
Okay, so I kill the one that I hit with my blade veins. Very nice. And now Archon Skari's unit, thanks to Urgel, fights first. I'm not going to use the command point to challenge you again because actually, I'm not going to do that because it does mean I'm just going to fight you. Right? I'm going to try and get rid of your bodyguard. I don't think it'll be possible. Nah, you know what? That's not fun. Let's go ahead. Let's challenge you again, mister. We're coming for you. Let's go. Okay, so Archon Skari versus Vacuous, round 2. Okay, let's do this. So 2's to hit. No lethals this time, but that is a sustained. I am rerolling hit rolls, though. Okay, and that will add in a sustained. Wounding on 3s. And I do get to reroll wound rolls. So that would be 5 saves and a mortal wound on Vacuous. Of course, anything that spills over will go into the Lich Guard because that's how precision works. And you take 9 more damage. So 9, how many wounds do you have left in total?
6.
Okay, so he has to do 6 at a time for the first 2. So he takes 1 damage. He takes 3 damage in total, and he has 3 wounds remaining. He takes, and 1 feel no pain from the mortal wound, which is the last one. Do I get him? He lives with 1. Awesome. Okay, now the rest of the court. Vacuous surviving with 1 wound. The court and the Urgel killing 2 of the mighty Lich Guard, leaving 2 remaining and 3 remaining and 1 with 1 wound left. But I do not have any command points to assist me in the venture of staying alive. So of course they're going to try and clear the way for Vacuous to hit Archon Skari in the face.
Hitting on 2s.
Yep.
But they're not quick anymore.
Okay, rerolling 1s though, because they are veterans of many wars. And then wounding on 2s this time because my snake is dead as well. So that will be 7 wounds. The trusty Urgel is going to try get in the way of some of these blades with his 5-up and normal save. Go. Oh, go trusty Urgel! Okay, he soaked up 5 of those. Very nice.
Bite.
He did. He finally went down. And there are 2 remaining that will go onto the squad. This might 1 lived! Nice, that was a 6. 1 lived! That might be the thing that keeps Archon Skari alive. We don't know. Awesome.
Okay. Vacuous
the Inexorable, fighting Skari himself.
hitting on 2s this time.
Hitting on 2s. Okay. He does hit all the time.
With a...
Unfazed by the combat around him. And 1 lethal hit, so that just automatically wounds. And we have a bunch of wounds. I don't get any saves against this. Literally no saves. That's 5. So you kill 1, 2, 3, and then Archon Skari takes 6 damage as this giant relic blade comes down upon him. And I do have a 5-up and marble save because Archon Skari has scars from many assassination attempts in many of our games. 5-ups. He will go down. So on a 4+, his nanomed will kick in. And it doesn't!
Oh.
Archon Skari is down! Blap! Okay, good job, Vacuous.
Your turn, old
Good
friend.
Your turn, old foe. Your turn. Okay, awesome. So with that, let's go into the last turn of the game. However, your reanimations means that only Vacuous is going to get healed up to full. Which does mean I hold that objective still, which is not good for you. Okay, so with that, let's go to the scoreboard. It is turn number 5. You do hold one of the objectives, giving you a grand total of 25 at the end of turn 5. And no command points because the Tantalus is OC5 next to that objective, preventing the Lich Guard from holding that point. Okay, last little bit of game for the Necrons. You still have that. If they survive, they will gain their agenda. If he survives, he will gain his agenda. He goes 3. Oh, he goes up to 10. Oh my goodness gracious. It's so pointless to try. Just don't even try. Like, honestly, it's a waste of time, especially at 1,000 points. Just kill stuff that can die, please. That's just much better. Actually, precision is a great way to curb reanimation, because if you can kill the characters or hurt them, they have to reanimate first, which at least keeps the units a little bit more contained. It's the biggest reason I sent Skari into him. Also for funsies reasons. And that's sticky, so that's technically mine. Okay, so with that, movement phase. Well, John. What sneakiness are you doing now?
I'm smashing some buttons and we're going to activate the master system. And we're using Contra Mortis protocols. So once per battle, when a Necron's unit uses its reanimation protocols, you can use this ability. They immediately activate a second time.
Nice. Well, that means you gain another 4 models there, plus one because they're under 50. So you get 2 and you heal that extra wound, which does mean you will steal this objective away from me and get yourself a command point. However, you will have spent one of your reanimation points, like one of your big tokens that you kind of like use. So instead of having 4, you now have 3. Interesting, but at a crucial time in the battle. Shooting phase. You've moved up. You've got the Transcendent here. They've reanimated. They're staying right there. And now we've got some shooting. So you're going to go ahead and do some shooting, which makes sense to me.
Yeah, we're going to try and shoot this into the boat.
How dare you shoot my Tantalus?
Haha.
Yep.
Boat.
Hit a couple of times.
Sustained for 3.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, why not? I am toughness 10 on the Tantalus.
So I'll need 5.
Yeah. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? What?
Vengeance.
5. Oh my goodness gracious. You just want it dead, don't you? 5 up in verbal saves for the Tantalus. Nope. 4d3. No, 4 d3s. Whew. That is pretty spicy.
2,
4,
8.
8, okay. Down to, I believe it's 16, 18 wounds, but took some damage. Now we're in the start of the charge phase, and John's going to use his Resurrection Orb.
Now that the coast is clear.
Ooh, brings back another Lich Guard.
2.
Why 2? Oh, +1, +1.
+1 for reanimation. Yay.
Right, 1 has 1 wound. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Okay, there we go. And charge in. Let's go, Vacuous. The inexorable, whoa, that's a nice big charge right there with some classic Skari dice. Look at them. So you get all of your attacks in there. Just there's a little bit of trees in the way. I'm going to spend 1 command point to have you hit on -1.
Okay.
And you've already used your reanimation res orb thing, which is good for me. Attack me, sir. Attack me.
Vacuous will go first.
Okay, that makes sense. What's he going to do to
Hang
this?
on 3s.
That's right. Roll.
3 sustain.
Ooh,
Or 3 lethals.
So let's auto wounds. So that's 9 damage.
Just flat 9 damage.
Yeah, and he didn't hit with anything else. Okay.
Nope.
9 damage. I have 1 left. Okay, here we go. Attacks from the Lich Guard on 3s, rerolling 1s because they are veterans.
They are veterans
Put a couple of 2s in there, which is good for you. Nice. And then needing 5s to wound. 5s to wound. There's a couple of wounds in there.
1, 2, 3,
There's
4.
at least 3 of them. And it does die. Does it explode? It does not. The Tantalus has gone down. And there you have it. The Lich Guard have cleared their flank, holding the middle, which is very, very good. But now we go into the last Drukhari turn. I do not hold more. However, I do hold an objective I held before. That gives me a 10. And in this case, all I'm going to do is, for my agenda, we're going to be sending the Incubi, the Venom, and the Ravager next to that objective, and then we're probably just going to shoot into this Transcendent Satan to secure victory in as many agendas as I can with the crucial, what is it called? critical resources that we have found deep in the Necron deployment zone. And then we'll grab them and scoot away before a star god murders us all. Okay, well, let's do a little bit of shooting. I've got 3 Dark Lances. I don't have any more pain tokens because Archon Skari's Art of Pain is dead. Into the Citan, hitting on 3s. Ooh, 2 hits, winning on 3s. Only 1 invulnerable save. And he's fine. So it's pointless to shoot. I can't even kill you with the venom. So it doesn't matter. With that, that is the end of the game. It is a Drukhari victory with some good agendas. So let's go to our armies and talk about our battle scars. Oh my goodness, what a crazy game. In my army, Archon Skari's army, I ended up taking a battle scar on the Raider, and I took a battle scar on my Core of the Archon, who fought bravely to keep Archon Skari alive. Everybody else just gets an experience for participating, and then we'll go through and I'll tell you if anybody leveled up with the experience that they gained. And there we have it. So a couple of experience on everybody. The only one that leveled up this time was my Venom, who has now gained the Hardened Defenses trait, giving it a 6-up Feel No Pain, as they added a little extra force field with those critical resources they got. I did get 9 Blackstone fragments this game, or 8 Blackstone fragments this game. I need 2 more to be able to do anything with them, which is cool, but then you can use them to buy cool stuff from the Pariah Nexus Crusade, which is neat. But you also keep track of how many Blackstone fortresses you get, because there is a campaign badge, and after you've done your Pariah Nexus campaign, you can add a badge to all your models that participated, and it gets cooler with the more stuff that they did, which is really neat. I wish it was a decal, so you could like just put it on, which I guess you could print it, like print a decal. You know what I mean? That'd be awesome. Actually, I might do that. Just have a little Nexus campaign thing. Let's take a look at what John has wrought on his Crusade list. And I don't know if I did this, but both my Raider and my Court rolled for crippling damage, so they cannot advance and suffer a -1 to their movement. However, with my battle victory, I do get extra requisition points, and I can use those to take battle scars away. So I'm probably going to spend a few requisitions before the next match, tweaking the battle scars and maybe making sure that my units are a little bit more effective in game and making them readier for battle. But there you have it. Archon Skari's Crusade has grown to 1,230 points. I still have 160 points to play with. Let me know what I should add. Oh no, I added an 80-point unit of Incubi. So I technically have 80 points left. Okay, I don't know what I'll do with 80 points. Maybe a unit of Mandrakes or a unit of Reaver Jet Bikes. Yeah, we'll see. Let me know what you think I should take down in the description below. What should Skari bring on a real space raid next? John did not take any battle scars.
Thank goodness.
Even though, yeah, so that nothing happened. This was fine. And did anybody level up?
We actually had 3 level ups today.
Very cool.
So the Shard of Zaggarod, he leveled up and he's taken the trait Reapers. He's going to reroll 1s to hit against infantry and mounted units.
Very cool.
The Vacuous's Blade also leveled up, and they will be taking not the grenade strat, it's the other one.
Gives them the grenade keyword, which allows them to use the grenade stratagem. It's like a cool little thing that they can do.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
And sorry, they are taking the grizzled one, the
6-up Feel No Pain.
Yeah, battle scar resistance.
Okay, so they're gonna get a 6-up Feel No Pain.
They will have their Feel No Pain.
Keep them nice and alive.
Yes, and the other Lich Guard unit, the Infinite Guard, they will be given the grenade keyword.
Okay.
So they can toss grenades.
Very cool. And with that, there you have it, folks. Another Crusade game in the books. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that battle report. As always, John and I have a ton of fun filming with you, and I hope you enjoyed them. Yeah, it was nice. The path of the Kabal and the rise of Archon Skari with his nemesis Vacuous.
Oh, we got you this time. You fritzed my nanomed last time. This time we put the little nano scarabs in there.
I'm glad we're 1 for 1 right now. However, the Dark Eldar are definitely in a lot of control in the Pariah Nexus here, but who knows? Maybe the threat level increases, and this time it's up to Archon Skari to stop the onslaught as the Necrons redouble their efforts to maintain control of the system.
We're going to be awakening some war machines to deal with these pesky elves.
That's how it works. A huge shout out, of course, to the Tabletop Forge here in Barrie. So make sure you check the link down below for events and gaming and leagues and weekly goodies like Necromunda and Star Wars and 40K and a whole bunch of stuff.
If you play it, so do we. Come on, bring in your toys. Let's play.
Let's roll some dice.
Yeah, we've got
Now,
5 permanent tables out there ready for any kind of war game.
and a TV for like Switch stuff.
Oh yeah.
And the studio. Now, if you want to come and play a game with me on a Monday, make sure you leave a comment down below or email me at skaredcast@gmail.com. If you want to make the trip to Barrie, Ontario, Canada, play from 9:30 in the morning till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll buy you lunch and we can play AOS 40K, Old World, Necromunda, Crusade, whatever it is you want, you can come here and actually play a game with me in the studio. So it'd be awesome to have you make the trip up. Other than that, huge shout out to the channel Patreons, without whom none of this is possible. It is thanks to the Patreons that I get to make content like this, that I have a studio, that I get to film battle reports and make entertainment. So if you'd like me to continue to do this and you want to show your support, you can do like, share, subscribe, because that is free and that goes a long way to help the algorithm. And you can also check the Patreon. There's a bonus Discord. There are videos. We play video games together. We're doing an online TTS league as well for starting in February. Anyway, so check it out. And I really appreciate all your support. On that, Vacuous should die next time, I hope.
Never.
And I've been Skari, your grateful host, signing off until next time. Skari out. The Dark Kin. Bye, everybody. I hope you liked the fact that I was using a gimbal today. I don't know. Maybe let me know if there was a difference.